Namaskar. Welcome to the another episode of Aroma Talks, Farming the Future. In last episode, we discussed about our company was associated with Aroma Mission and what is Aroma Mission. And today we are going to discuss about the science behind aromatic crops. Today with me again is our director, Mr. Gaurav Mittal. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Akshay.
It was a privilege to talk with you and knowing about Aroma Mission and all. Today, there are some more topics that I want to discuss with you. That is how aromatic plants, what are aromatic plants, and what is the science behind these aromatic plants. So can you just give us some light over this topic, that what are aromatic crops and plants?
You must have heard about the smell, Akshay, right?
Yes, sir.
How does that smell involve? Smell means the aroma. If you say about aromatic crops, if you break aromatic crops, then you say aromatic, right? Aromatic. So, okay, so aroma means the thing which is volatile. All the crops which are having, means after steam distillation, actually what happened? Generally, aromatic crops are those crops which have this smell, which have an aroma, which have, you can say, a perfume. In common sense, in common language, we call it as a perfume in sense of the common people. But generally, these are essential oils or floral absolutes, which is having a particular smell of that aromatic crops. For example, if you say an example of lemongrass. So lemongrass, everybody knows that, everybody drinks lemongrass tea, right? How does they smell or taste, means, I'm sorry, I'm just changing the thing. When you drink a lemongrass tree, what happens? Suppose, for example, this is a cup. You are having a lemongrass tree in that. So what happens first? What happened first?
We get the aroma of
exactly.
lemongrass.
If you are having that, first your nose comes and then your taste comes. You smell and then you drink. Because your nose recognizes that is lemongrass and then you drink, which gives a taste of that lemongrass. So the smell that is coming is known as aroma. And that aromatic crops is like lemongrass, peppermint, patchouli, jam rosa, palm rosa, citronella. All these are the aromatic crops, which gives the smell. That is aromatic crops.
Okay.
But however, there is a little bit of twist. Now you say that this is giving an aroma. So definitely this is only going to be used in those places which gives the smell. No, there is something else which I'm going to tell you, that these aromatic crops can also be used apart from the aroma in some other industries.
As I like to discuss on, like when in my childhood times, we used to have candies, we used to have chocolates and other things.
Why you don't eat candies now? Why you don't eat candies now?
Yeah, I do,
old, right?
But not that much.
Okay.
So they were of different flavors, they were of different fragrances. Are these aromatic crops related to these aromas and flavors and all?
Indeed. Everything what you are smelling, everything what you are eating, everything what you are using in medicines is made by these aromatic crops. Now how? That's a science of the aromatic crops. Aromatic crops are generally made in farms, of course, in the fields. Then those aromatic crops are either steam distilled to make essential oils, or solvent extracted to make absolutes, the floral absolutes, or also we are having a technology known as supercritical carbon dioxide extraction. That is, means in that we are using a liquid carbon dioxide as a solvent, and then in that liquid carbon dioxide as a solvent, when it is used, then the extract which is also coming out is known as CO2 extracts from these aromatic crops.
Okay.
Right. So these aromatic crops, like suppose for example, if we are doing an steam distillation, then by steam distillation, we are having production of, say for example, lemongrass oil, peppermint oil, palm rosa oil, vetiver oil. Many of the aromatic crops are steam distilled. And most of the floral absolutes are made by solvent extraction, because the flowers are very delicate. And if we are using the steam, then that floral petals might get burnt and it's not going to get a good essential oil or the good extracts. So that's why that is used, that is made by solvent extraction. And the solvent we are using is also the food grade solvent, because now your question comes is, In your childhood, you used to eat candies
Yeah.
and all those things, and you used to taste of that peppermint or orange type of thing. Everything what is used there is known as flavors,
Right.
and that flavor is made by using essential oils.
Okay.
That is the technology. Like if we say about peppermint candies, so that peppermint candies is having the peppermint oil which is used as a flavor to make the peppermint candies, but we cannot use directly the peppermint oil for making a peppermint toffee or the candies. That is the, we have a particular flavorist or a particular perfumer who make by their technology or by their education and by their hard work all these flavors or the perfumes. For example, now if we talk about your candies and everything, of course that is going to be used into the food flavors. Essential oils are used, and also the oleoresins is one, also is one of the part which is also used. Generally oleoresins comes into the spicy part.
Okay.
Cinnamon, clove, ginger, all these are the spices, but are also known as the aromatic crops because those are having the smell, the aroma.
Okay.
But oleoresins we are also making using these aromatic crops through solvent extraction, and that only goes into the food industries. But if you're talking about the candies, peppermint, you take about the orange. So that is not the oleoresin, but the essential oil. I'm not confusing you, I hope. You're not getting
No, no,
confused,
I
right?
understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's essential oils, floral absolutes, oleoresins, everything is made by aromatic crops. Now you said the utilization. This is used in perfumery, used in flavors, used in medicines, used in cosmetics. Everywhere these aromatic crops extracts are used.
So, Mr. Mittal, we came to know about what are aromatic plants, what are their uses, and how they are extracted. But I want to discuss for a very important topic right now. That as we know that in today's time, floods are coming, droughts are coming. Are these aromatic crops helpful for environment, and how?
Thank you, Akshay. Yes, I do agree that most of the industries are causing pollution, but those are, means we cannot blame industries actually. But yeah, some of the industries might be the culprit of that, and that is why we are having a global impact like global warming that's happening. And that's why our mission, which is also related to aroma mission, was aromatic crops, because indeed this is having a very good impact on the soil and the environment. The first impact, the best impact of having an aromatic crops farming is improves the soil quality. Now how? There are some of the aromatic crops like palmarosa, you also say about mints, lemongrass, that has a very deep root penetration. When you grow these crops, the roots goes very deep inside the soil. Now what is the benefit to the soil? First, it loosen the compact soil. The soils are very compact, due to which some of the crops cannot grow properly. Like even the food crops, they die because when we do the plowing,
Plowing.
then it does not loosen the compact soil. But when we do the aromatic crop farming of these crops, that looses the compact soil beneath. Now what happens with that? It gives a very good aeration system and water infiltration. So water penetrates to the roots of the soil very easily. And then the third impact, what is happening, that after the aromatic crop, because aromatic crops when they are cut, then another food crops are grown in that soil. So when that food crops are grown, they get very easily the water penetration as well as a very good aeration, and that is why the yield of the crops are very good.
Okay.
And the impact on the soil is amazing, like the soil becomes more fertile. This is the first thing which I told you about, that it improves the soil quality. The second is it increases the organic matter in the soil. What happens when the organic crops are harvested? Sorry, when the aromatic crops are harvested, then the biomass, it decomposes naturally first. Also, during the leaf falls, it also becomes a residue. Then this acts as an organic vermicompost for the soil. it increases the organic matter and the humus in the soil.
Okay.
Now, impact is it increases the fertility of the earth, the land, the soil. So the third point which I told you, I'm going to tell you is doing aromatic crops prevents the soil erosion.
Okay.
Now, what is soil erosion? It's loosening of the soil on the top layer of the soil, and as soon as the water or something comes, it takes away the whole soil with it. You have heard about some recent incidents, very unfortunate incidents of floods that
in
washes
Uttarakhand.
away. Yes, that washes away the whole village. Even some of the places it was very horrible, which I'm really sad and I'm very sorry to hear that. Why that happened? Because of the soil erosion. Because of the soil erosion only, most of the people don't know what is meant by soil erosion, and they are just cutting the trees from the mountains or everywhere, and that is loosening the soil. And that loosening of the soil, as soon as the water is coming with a full speed, you can say, it cannot, the soil cannot hold the water, and suddenly the flood washes away the whole area. And this is why the aromatic crops are grown in some of those areas which are very much prone of getting flooded. It prevents the soil erosion because it holds the soil very impactfully, and as soon as some flood or something come, it holds the soil and it does not wash away. So it's very useful that it prevents the soil erosion. And the main the result of this getting aromatic crops planted is it acts as a natural soil binders, makes a stable topsoil, and had a reduced land degradation, which I told you, the land is not degraded. So it's one of the best things that the land is fertile and the soil is not washed away. The land soil is always like this, so that the crops can be grown simultaneously.
So you are saying it's beneficial for soil erosion and keeping the soil getting
intact. Yes, intact. And also there are many other benefits in that, like I told you about 3 benefits, right? And the 4th benefit is it enhances the soil microbial activity.
Okay.
Now what happens, aromatic plants are always releasing the beneficial root exudates. That's only the benefits of the aromatic plants. Now it encourages, what is that? What happens with that? It encourages the growth of friendly microbes and earthworms.
Okay.
Right. And what happens, it also increases or improves the nutrient cycling and soil biodiversity. So what is the result of all these? The living, biologically active soil. That is an help of the aromatic crops. Means that's why the aromatic crops is the most beneficial crop for the environment as well.
Right. So yes, as you told us that it helps in bringing the life to the soil. Okay, can you just put some emphasis on this point also again to just get to know it clearly?
Sorry, like I'm just. It's becoming it's getting the soil fertile for sure.
Okay.
But there are many points which I want to discuss about further into how does it impact the environment, especially the ecosystem. I can say the ecosystem. And actually this also helps in natural pest and disease suppression, the aromatic crops. Yeah. Essential oil rich roots and residues, what they do, they suppress the harmful soil borne pathogens. Okay. And then it also reduces the nematodes and harmful insects. So what happens in most of the conventional farming, we are using a lot of chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides. And due to this, what I told you, it lowers the chemical dependency. This means that we are not going to use the chemicals. And this is how we are also doing the organic farming. Means we are converting most of the aromatic crops, conventional lands, into organic.
Okay.
We are trying to reduce the dependency of the chemicals that is used on the lands, because those are very harmful. The chemicals which you're using or just spraying on the crops are extremely harmful, dangerous and cancerous.
Right.
So these aromatic crops are indeed suppressing the pest and the diseases, but we are also getting those lands converted into organic. Aromatic crops are helpful, and then lands are also getting into converted into organic.
Okay. As you said, the lands converting into organic. Can you just put some light on what is organic and what is conventional?
It's a good question. Actually, I was thinking that we are going to discuss about this topic in other episode, but since this came up, because about what I discussed right now, that how do the aromatic crops helps in environment.
Right.
Organic farming means in which we are not using any chemicals, any pesticide, any herbicides, or any any other thing which grows the crops.
Right, right.
Even the urea and the DAP that we are using to make it the soil fertile. Conventional farming means we are using, the crops are natural. Of course, crops are natural, but in order to grow the crops, we are using the chemicals, pesticide, herbicides, DAP, urea. If we are not using this, and we are only growing naturally by using organic vermicompost like dhecha, or organic vermicompost that is made by earthworms and the cow dung, that is known as organic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting us know about this difference between organic and conventional. So, as we are discussing about how it is impactful on environment,
Yes.
can you just put some more emphasis on
Yes, I have told you a lot of points, but still, since we are talking about the environment, so this is one of the most important topic in our episode, because everybody should know that aromatic crops does not only gives you money, but it also protects the environment. The most important point is it improves the nutrient quality of the soil. What happens? It requires a low chemical input, the aromatic crops. Then their residues helps mobilize the nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus. See, they mobilize these two things. And what happens? It helps in balanced and sustainable nutrient profile. This is the main thing that is helping the aromatic crops, means the lands, how they are being helped by doing the aromatic crops. Akshay.
Yeah. So, getting to know so much of advantages of these aromatic crops, this seems to be like it is holistically helping the environment.
Yeah.
Like it is very good. The benefits we know about the aromatic oils, the crops, and the benefits it is providing to the soil and the environment, the benefit it is providing to the farmers.
Yes. Yeah.
That's very overwhelming to know. And is there much more anything that
No,
we
I think
should
that,
know about
means I have put all the points which I want to discuss about why the aromatic crops should be grown actually. And it's very good for intercropping as well, because it's making all the soil fertile in spite of doing only the food crops. If we are growing the aromatic crops, then this is making the soil more fertile for growing the better food crops. And I think, this is one of the best options that we can go ahead. And this is why our company, Aromatic and Allied, is into this business of aromatic crops since last 50 years. And we are becoming a pioneers in the world market for aromatic crops. And because we know the farmers, we know the land, we know how the crops are grown, we know the soil, we love the soil, we love the earth, and especially we love our country, and that is known as Hindustan, India.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Mittal. It was really very interesting to know about the aromatic crops, and I gained a lot of knowledge about this plant and why is it importance for nature, for our ecosystem and all. So yes, indeed, it was a very nice discussion, and thank you for this knowledge that you gave us.
Thank you, Akshay, for letting me in for this episode, and looking forward.
Sure.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.